welcome to your English news broadcast live on ERi-TV. It's exactly 10:30 p.m. on Eritrea's local Greenwich. From our headquarters at Asmara with your domestic and international news in brief, I'm Zahra Badouri. But first, we'll begin with your major headlines for this hour. Eritrea's delegation met Indian business leaders. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. World food prices continue to soar, hitting nearly 7 years high. Gunman kills 11 Nigerian troops in central Benue state. Welcome to your domestic in brief. Senior Eritrean delegation composed of Foreign Minister Mr. Usman Saleh and Presidential Advisor Mr. Yamane Gabrab met today at 9th April Indian business leaders under the auspices of Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The decisions centered on investment opportunities for Indian companies in Eritrea, with a particular focus on energy, water, agriculture, and manufacturing. Eritrea's delegation also held meetings at the All Indian Institute for Medical Science and the Indian Agricultural Research Institute to explore cooperation in health and agriculture in the areas of capacity building and research. It is to be recalled that Eritrea's delegation met yesterday India's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. S. J. Shankar, and National Security Advisor Shri Ajit Doval, and held extensive discussions on multifaceted bilateral relations and regional and global issues of mutual interest. Eritrea's delegation is on 4-day working visit to India. And on your health report, 54 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today at quarantine centers in Gashbarka region, Central region, Northern Red Sea region, and Ansaba region. Out of these, 29 patients are from quarantine centers in Girmaika, 18 people, Hajar, 5 people, Shambuko, 3 people, Barantu, 2 people, and 1 in Adibara in Gashbarka region. 22 patients are from quarantine centers in Addukhala, 10 people, in Girgis, 6 people, Mendafara, 4 people, and Sanafa, 2 people in the southern region. 2 other patients are from quarantine centers in Massawa, northern Red Sea region. The last patient is from the quarantine center in Karan, Ansaba region. In terms of fully recovered patients, the final figures for yesterday needed to be adjusted due to additional data received after the publication of the announcement. The adjustment statement should therefore read, in quotation, 28 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the central region, 21 people, and Ansaba region, 7 people, have recovered fully and have been discharged from these facilities, unquote. The total number of recovered patients accordingly stands at 3,166, while the number of deaths stands at 10. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 3,447 in total. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 9 April 2021. In your final domestic, the residents of Kutmawli' are conducting dirt road reinnovation activity that has been damaged due to flooding. According to Mr. Nasser Abdu, resident of Kutmawli', the program is being conducted with the support of machinery. Mr. Abdu went on to say that the residents have been facing problem in facilitating their daily activities, including transporting patients and pregnant women to health facilities, and that upon completion of their renovation, their problems will be addressed. The residents, on their part, commanding the machinery support they were provided with, expressed readiness to reinforce participation for completion of the program before the coming of the rainy season. Up next with your international news, do stay with us for more. And on your global report, the Food and Agricultural Organization Food Price Index, which measures monthly changes for a basket of cereals, oilseed, dairy products, meat, and sugar, averaged to 118.5 points last month versus a slightly reversed 116.1 in February. World's food prices rose for about a 10th consecutive month in March, hitting their highest level since June 2014. Led by jumps in vegetable oils, meat, and dairy induces, the United Nations Food Agency said on Thursday. The Food and Agricultural Organization's Food Price Index, which measures monthly changes for a basket of cereals, oilseeds, dairy products, meat, and sugar, averages to 118.5 points last month versus a slightly reversed of 116.1 in February. The February figures were previously given as 116.0. The Rome-based FAO also said in a statement that worldwide cereal harvest remained on course to hit an annual record in 2020, adding the early indications point to a further increase in production this year. FAO's cereal price index fell to 1.7% month to month in March, ending 8 months of consecutive gains, but still is 26.5% higher than the same period last month. Among major cereals, wheat exports prices dropped the most, declining 2.4% on the month, reflecting food supplies and encouraging production prospect for the 2021 crops from the reports of FAO. FAO's vegetable oil price index surged 8% on this month to reach its highest level since June 2011, lifted by higher prices for palm, soy, rape, and sunflower oils. Army spokesman says troops operating in Benue state came under attack while on routine operational task. Gunmen have killed 10 soldiers and an officer in the central Nigerian state of Benue. Nigerian army troops operating in Benue state came under attack while on routine operational tasks, as reports an army spokesman, Mohammed Yarima, said in a statement on Friday, which gave no detail of time of the incident. The army said it was trying to track down the perpetrators. It was not immediately clear who was behind the attack, but Benue is part of Nigeria's Middle Belt region, where gangs have taken up arms after years of communal clashes between herders and farmers. Last month, however, Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom said he had escaped an attack by armed herders while traveling in a convoy. Deadly clashes between nomadic Fulani herders and farmers over land, grazing, and water have plagued parts of central Nigeria for years. Nigerian security forces are battling on several fronts and more than decade-long armed uprising in northeast, criminal gangs in the northwest, and separatist militia in the southeast. On your final report, releases of Hanko Chami vessel seized by the Revolutionary Guard in January came as Iran and world powers seek to revive 2015 nuclear deal. Iran has released a South Korean flag tanker it seized, and the vessel's captain aimed a dispute over billions in frozen oil funds. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps seized the Hancock Chemi in January, but the South Foreign Ministry said in a statement on Friday that it is detention had been lifted and the ship departed safely today. The ship, with its captain and 12 other crew members on board, left the Iranian port at approximately 6 a.m., the South Korean Foreign Ministry added. The crew members have stayed on the ship for maintenance purposes, although earlier reports said that the crew had been allowed to leave Iran as early as February. Iran's Foreign Ministry also confirmed that the release, saying the prosecutor that had ordered the detention of the vessel granted its captain and the South Korean government's request to release it after judicial investigations were complete. The release came amid speculations that Seoul and Tehran are making progresses in addressing Iran's call for unlock its funds of $7 billion frozen in South Korea under United States sanction. World powers and Iran are also currently engaged in talks in Vienna to revive the nuclear deal, which the U.S. abandoned during the previous administration of the former President Donald Trump. The Hancock-Chemi incident was the first seizure of a big vessel by Iran's naval forces in more than a year. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy cited the environmental pollution as the base for the seizure. The vessel, which was led to Banar Abbas after being seized, was said to be carrying 7,200 tons of ethanol, according to the IRGC Navy. Dear viewers, that is all for now with your domestic and international news in brief. Until we are back with some more news, stay and enjoy the rest of our programs. But until then, have a nice one.